Media.
Welcome to the For Business series. Our goal is to provide you with fast and relevant information on starting and growing a small business. Thanks for watching.
So I would just suggest, even if you don't know a lot about it, to get into it just because it's everywhere.
I'd love for my clients to be able to go someplace and give me a positive comment about the experience they had.
So they're not even in the country, and they tap into my Facebook page as well.
Her name is Jennifer Gregg, and she is just absolutely excellent.
She's going to be the expert in this video, so it's so funny.
That's a good question. And first of all, let me tell everybody, don't feel upset when you're doing your social media, regardless if it's Facebook or anything else, and you don't get the attention you think that you should get in the beginning.
Hi, my name is Derek Barber, and this is the For Business series. This week we'll be talking to Jennifer Gregg from Social Dragon Marketing. She's been in marketing for over 15 years, and she's embraced social media from the beginning. Today we're going to talk to her about utilizing Facebook for business and to get her unique insights and information on the topic. Through my own talks with business people, I found that a big obstacle with getting on Facebook is really knowing what to say and where to start. I was wondering if you had any advice to that. Like, how does someone get started just from the beginning?
First thing, everybody has to know who their client is. Mm-hmm. They have to know who their ideal client is. If you know who your customer is, then that's half the battle. Once you know your customer, you start putting content out there that's relevant for them. Mm-hmm. So for example, you're a photographer. You're going to put stuff out there that's about photography. You're not going to put stuff out there that's about beds, mm-hmm. because that's not your clientele. So you always make sure that everything is relevant.
How have you found your clients' feedback so far? What are they saying that's working really well for them?
When they're posting on a regular basis, that's what's working. If you post today and don't post for another 2 weeks, that's not working. Because your audience that's listening to you, they'll go to your page and they'll look for you and they'll find you something great, and then they go to you the next day and you don't have anything. They go to you the next day or like even 2 days later and there's nothing there. They think either A, you're out of business, you have nothing new to say, or you're not very current. And then they'll just go on to the next person. So always update your Facebook on a regular basis.
When you talk about content, like obviously that can mean a lot of things to different people. It sounds like mainly you're talking about articles people have written in a blog, or what else could that mean as a broader spectrum?
You could put articles that people have written in a blog. Mm-hmm. You could put links to websites. Mm-hmm. Different website pages that people have. Mm-hmm. You could put photos up. You could put tips up. Quick little tip. Maybe you have a sheet of 50 tips, mm-hmm. and instead of putting that one sheet at a time, use 50 times to write each tip.
Okay.
Yeah, you could do that. You could post quotes. Everybody loves quotes, motivational quotes. But make sure that the quote is relevant to your business. So if you're a photographer, make sure that the quote has something to do with photography, mm-hmm. photos. It always should be relevant to your business.
Mm-hmm. How do you think that Facebook relates to networking?
Meet people. I wouldn't meet you, I wouldn't meet Brian or other people, or learn what they're doing, and in learning what they do, help me grow and understand what I'm doing.
Advertise what our lunch specials are and our dinner specials, as well as like we have a 5 to 7 for seniors type of thing.
I believe you need to be discreet, but yes, you need to produce at least a couple of times something new so people can know and remember you.
How do you feel about connecting with other people in your industry, your competition?
I am actually a fan of it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't consider that, even though you're competitors, mm-hmm. I think it's better to work together. Mm-hmm. And what's the harm of following somebody? Mm-hmm. You get to look at, see what they're doing. They're going to see what you're doing. And a lot of times, there might be times where you guys could join forces. Mm-hmm. Maybe somebody comes to you and contacts you and they want something done. Either you don't do that or you're too busy, but you know that so-and-so does it. You think so-and-so's work is fantastic, so you refer that person who's come to you to so-and-so. And that way you are working together.
What are some other ways that you can get your Facebook page out there? That is an intrusive and bothersome, I mean.
Yeah. Put it on your LinkedIn profile. You can list, I believe it's 6 websites. Put it as one of your websites. And don't just put it as a website, but also change the name so it says Facebook page too as well.
Yeah.
Put it on your Twitter bio. Tell everybody that you're on Facebook. Tell everybody, and then tell them again that you're on Facebook. Tell your friends and family. They're usually great supporters, and they can usually tell people.
Okay.
Tell your suppliers. Put it on your invoices to your suppliers, on your invoices to your customers. When you send out newsletters to people, put it on your newsletters. Tell people to follow you, like you on it. Put it on your e-blast to people. Put it anywhere that you are promoting yourself. Make sure it's there as well. Where your internet web address is at the top of your page, it will say www.facebook.com/your name and then a pile of numbers. Well, the pile of numbers doesn't look nice if you're going to print this out on a brochure, if you're going to print it out on your business card. So you can go into your admin panel and you can actually change your URL. You just check for availability and you change your name. So for example, my company is Social Dragon Marketing. My URL is www.facebook.com/socialdragonmarketing.
And so you think, generally speaking, then it is a good idea to get that page out there as much as possible?
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes, because even though you set your page up, unfortunately, people just don't automatically know that you have set up a Facebook page. You have to let the world know, hey, I'm out there, and this is what I have to offer you. Because a Facebook page is going to offer you some things that are different than on your website. For example, your website tells all about your services, about you, about the company, your contact information. It'll probably have your blog on it, which is fantastic. But your website, your Facebook page sometimes has tips that you might not have on your website, tips that that are relevant to your clients. It would have those quotes on it that we talked about. The articles that you would not have on your website before. It's a little more in-depth, and it shows how credible and how responsible you are and why your business is the #1 in your industry.
I think it's just an instant communication tool for people to better communicate what you're doing to a broader audience.
Post frequently. Don't post too frequently to the point where you're clogging up people's Facebook feeds and annoying them, because people don't like that.
A lot of people aren't comfortable sending you an email. They're not comfortable popping in. They're not comfortable giving you a phone call, but they feel absolutely comfortable checking out your Facebook page.
Something else I wanted to sort of get into was the idea of promoting sales and to, mentioning things that are on a discount or that you're really excited to tell your customers about. Do you know if there are any sort of best practices for this? What is the good and the bad of actually promoting sales on your Facebook page?
That's a good question. We always want to promote sales because we want our products to sell, but Facebook is not a place where you jam your sales down people's throat every single day. Try the 80-20 rule. 80% of the time, you're only giving your customers relevant information, regardless if it's tips, articles, pictures, anything that you know is relevant for them. 80% of the time, you're giving them relevant information. 20% of the time, you're selling your product.
What are some ways that you can think of off the top of your head for people to start engaging their community and start sort of, welcoming a conversation or whatever that way?
That's a good question. And first of all, let me tell everybody, don't feel upset when you're doing your social media, regardless if it's Facebook or anything else, and you don't get the attention you think that you should get in the beginning. Don't feel upset. It happens to everybody. You just gotta take your time and develop your routine, and it will come, I promise.
If you get people, more interested in providing feedback, I suppose, to sort of lead them into actually getting involved, as opposed to just posting a random thing and hoping they'll say something.
First thing, be yourself. If you're quirky, if that's your personality and you bring that to your business, do that. You want to be quirky on your Facebook page. You want to bring your personality out there. If you're normally a happy-go-lucky person and you're out there, and don't be stuffy on your Facebook page, because that's not you. And people want to identify with you. They want to know you as your business. They don't want to be identifying a brand. They want to identify you as your business. One of the other things that you could be doing is be personable. Start asking questions. Asking questions that will get people to respond. You can create questions online by just doing a regular post. You can ask, you can create a poll online. Facebook provides that for you. It's really simple to use. You could do that. And then when you make a poll, you ask people a question, and then you give them, say, 2 to 3, 5 choices that people can choose from. And they automatically can just go and choose those. Sometimes it's great to get feedback from somebody. If you want to know, what should you write about for your next blog? Maybe that's a great idea to get feedback. Or you're going to redesign your website and you want to know people what's favorite parts of your websites. Maybe these are great things that you could ask people.
You think that if you ask your community a question that's literally related to helping you with your business and helping you improve your product offering or your marketing materials, you think that they will help with that then? Is that true?
They will. Not everybody, obviously, because there are shy people out there. Not everybody will help, but people will help you. They want to feel that they're part of you, they're part of your business, and really your audience wants to feel valued. They want to feel important. Nobody wants to think that they're just a dollar sign. If you start asking them questions and they're going to be helping you, people are going to feel valued for that.
Send some pictures and try to get some feedback on what people think.
People read it and then realize that we do know what we're talking about, and that does generate sales eventually.
I do. I find it quite valuable. I post probably outsourced articles about 4 to 5 times a week, and I find it very helpful when I interact with people in the public. If they mention they have a health concern, then I can direct them to the Facebook page. So they're finding something useful for them, but there's also my contact information that they can hook up with me if they feel they need some further information as well.
Okay.
With regards to a daily basis thing, we sort of touched on quotes and sharing articles. Did you have anything else you could add related to what a business owner can say on any given Tuesday?
Yeah. If it's, say you owned a ice cream place, and Tuesday is the day that chocolate vanilla goes on sale. Maybe you want to talk about that. Or if it's hot outside, come on in for an ice cream cone, to beat the to beat the heat. Other things that you can talk about, the weather, obviously. You can talk about your staff. Maybe you have new staff coming on and you want to welcome those people coming on. And talk about your staff and talk about how great they are, where they've been before, and just welcome them on. If you have a staff appreciation night, maybe you want to take some pictures of that, or you have an open house or some kind of event. Take pictures, create a photo album on Facebook, and not only just stick your pictures up on Facebook, but make sure you label the photo album, and at each picture you put a comment of what the picture is, because nothing's worse than when you look at a picture and you're like, oh, what's that? So always make sure that it's something that your customer can identify with, and they'll be happy for it.
Yeah, actually, one of my clients who was a bar, I know they had a lot of good feedback from that, from posting pictures, posting images of staff and people having fun and stuff like that, and commenting, like you said. It just sort of created this environment online that got people really excited to come back to that particular location.
That's right. Everybody loves to see themselves online. And when you have a picture up, encourage people to tag yourself in the picture, because that way they're feeling part of the picture. They tag themselves in the picture and their friends are going to see it too. Encourage customers to post pictures of themselves on your page. So for example, you are a spa and somebody gets their toes done, has a great pedicure, loves the product. Get them to post a picture of their toes being done. That way, not only are you showing how great of a time that person had, but you're also showing the product. You're seeing the end results, and people are going to look at that, and maybe there's somebody else that's going to go, wow, I really like that. I think I'm going to come in and book an appointment.
There's something I noticed that's, I think, relatively new to Facebook, and they start talking about milestones. What exactly are milestones, and how can a business use this for their profile?
Milestones are things that are important to your business. So if, for example, the first time you get 100 likes on your page, create a little milestone. Let people know, hey, you've got 100 likes. Or the first time that you're open for a year or you're celebrating your 5th anniversary. Post a milestone that says, hey, we've been open for 5 years. But don't just post a milestone. Don't just say open for 5 years. Put your personality into it. Inject your personality into the title of it. Put a little description of what it is, and make sure you have a picture too.
Do you see any promotional value from the Facebook page?
Oh, absolutely. We run a lot of campaigns through Facebook, trying to promote what we do within this radio station, but it's another derivative for people to go to Facebook to drive them back to our website.
There are paid advertising options that you can utilize, and we have done a little bit of that and been quite successful, and it's quite cost effective.
My advice to businesses would be to do it, because yeah, it's a labor investment, but a lot of things when it comes to marketing your business is. The great thing about this is that you can send a message out if you want to 3 or 4 times a day. It doesn't cost you anything.
You know, I think one of the biggest advantages with Facebook is the fact that you're sort of becoming a part of a community. You know, you're joining a page and you're becoming a part of the, broader group of fans who enjoy whatever it is about that business. What can the business do in return to these people that will, both help them promote their business but also make everyone feel, really good about being a part of it?
The goal of the Facebook page is always to drive traffic back to your website, to drive traffic to your store, for people to pick up a phone, whatever the way that somebody can buy from you. The goal of Facebook page is to get them there. One of the things that you can do is you can offer people perks. People who are on Facebook, perhaps you're going to make a post and just do something that's called a whisper word, where you give a word on Facebook. Say the word is sugar, and you're an ice cream store. People can come up to the counter and say, sugar. Just whisper that, sugar. And automatically they know that they're going to get a kid's cone for free.
Oh, yeah.
That's a perk. You gotta like the page on Facebook in order to get that perk.
And so, obviously, I see how that benefits the customer. I mean, who doesn't like free stuff?
That's right.
Well, how does this benefit the business? Like, why should they get excited about doing that as well?
They should get excited because that is proof that your Facebook page is working, and it's proof too that people are coming to your store, that they are going to your Facebook page, they're looking at your stuff, they believe in you, and because of that, they've liked your page, they're now following you, and they have decided to use your business as opposed to the competitor that's down the road. And you're just developing a relationship with them. So on Facebook, you're treating them properly. In person, you're going to give them awesome customer service. With the combined two, they're going to come back again and again.
Also, a big thing that Facebook promotes is their Facebook ads. They're always pushing it, $100 credit, $50 credit if you get started. Do you see a tangible benefit in getting involved with Facebook ads? And what advice can you give to get a good campaign going?
Facebook ads can work really well. You can, if you have a promotion going on, why not put a Facebook ad? It is reasonably priced compared to other advertising that you can do. And you can target. If you're only going local, you can target by just that city, or you can target just by just Canada, or just the U.S., or both, or maybe you want to target overseas. You can do that with your Facebook ad. If you have a promotion, promote that. If you want to try to get more likes on your page, you can do a Facebook ad for that as well. If you want people to sign up for your free opt-in report, you could do a Facebook ad for that.
Okay.
It's all very targeted, and it's actually quite reasonably priced.
So have you, from your own clients so far, actually have heard of any tangible success from using a Facebook ad?
Yeah. It is a great way to get your name out there. A lot of people will see your ad over and over again, and you become top of mind. If your ad is good, it will be effective. That means that you need to have a good headline. You need to have a picture that pops. If you're going to be talking about swimming pools, you want to make sure that your picture has something fun and exciting in that swimming pool. You don't want a picture of just someone standing there, because that's not going to get people's attention. Yeah, so you want a good headline, a good photo, and a good body to your ad.
Thanks, Jennifer, for coming on the show. I definitely learned a lot. I've had a grasp on some of this stuff, but I feel like you've added a lot to the conversation. So thanks a lot for coming on the show.
Thank you very much, Derek. I had fun.
So, as you can see, Facebook can be much more than a tool for staying in touch with family and playing games online. It can be an essential business tool as well. Join us next time for more information on starting and growing a small business. Thank you.